Hello, this is Crafty Nita, and I wanted to show you some of my Christmas crafts I'm working on. Some of them are really simple ornaments, and some of them are kind of retro crafts. And I am not very good about videoing as I'm crafting. I'd rather just have fun and craft, and then do a little show and tell afterwards. So that's what I'm going to do today, is just share with you some of the things that I've been making. I have a new tripod here, so hopefully that'll help keep this from being too jumpy. Let's see, the very first ones I want to show you, I got these little wooden frames at Dollar Tree. They're really simple, and I just printed off from Graphics Fairy a free image of a cardinal, just pretty as can be. Now this is super simple, it makes a sweet little gift. And I did this one with a part of a Christmas card, and you can see a little nativity. They're actually wooden buttons, just so cute. So I did those. They're very simple, just something to send along with gifts, and they don't take up much space. They can be put away at the end of a holiday, so I think they make nice gifts. Now another one I made is this. I saw it on, I don't know, Pinterest or somewhere, and thought I could make that. You know what it's made out of? This, the top portion, is out of an egg carton. The center portion that sticks up. I happen to have some that were really tall and some that were shorter. So I did the shorter ones, they're under here, and then the taller ones are on top. So I can kind of double up and make them a little taller. You can see I have the sticks, very simple sticks you get from Dollar Tree, and the wood bases are also Dollar Tree. I'm not sure where I got the stars. Just a package of them, probably Hobby Lobby. And some simple jewelry wire, maybe Dollar Tree. Anyway, very easy to do. I tried different paint colors and didn't care for the pale green or the bluey green, and went back to just ordinary pine tree green. But I did add the gold glitter on the edges, which I think is just pretty. And I also had some gold balls, they're little styrofoam balls, some sort of filler. And I glued that on some of them. And my daughter came in and she said, oh, these need to have glitter all over them. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing glittery trees. And she wanted to try it, so I gave her the glitter paints. And lo and behold, it is just stunning. They are so pretty. And put that on the stars. I wish you could see all the glittery shimmers, but these are just so pretty. They turned out nice. And it is absolutely one of my most favorite things in the world for my kids or grandkids to join me in crafting. So it was a fun moment. Great memories there. Now also at Dollar Tree, I found these little frames. And they're in the craft section. They're wood. And they had the square opening, and then there's also oval opening, which I got a package of both. And this is from a card. I like to recycle my Christmas cards when I can, or upcycle them. And it just has the verse in it, John 3:16. I don't know if you can see that. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. And I added some Hobby Lobby stickers and just a little bit of cord there, and this will make a nice ornament. I also did some with buttons to look like ornaments hanging on them. Again, the card in the back, it's a lovely green, but it probably came from some packaging. And I added the glitter paint. I like to use that rather than glitter. I don't like the mess of glitter, but it gives everything a nice shimmer shine, and I love it. Then I had some stickers, the buttons, some cording. I mean, again, these are just nice little gifts. And this one I used some gold foil packaging, something that came in, and it turned out so pretty. And I got pearly buttons, the glitter, stickers. Just really love those. And I made these here. Again, I got some vintage buttons on this one. I don't know if you can see, really pretty old style stickers. And some more vintage buttons here, at least the bottom one. Some pretty stickers. That gold foil kind of bubbled up on me a little bit, but I don't know, it doesn't really bother me. And then this is one of the oval opening ones. And it says believe. It has a star and a little cardinal, or a little red bird. And again, I just used stickers and cord. And these are very lightweights, and they'll be just the right size to go on my Christmas tree. This one I hung a little different cord placement here. And again, this is from a Christmas card and some more of those buttons. I got the buttons at a thrift store, so I don't know where they came from originally. Something else I was working on is these little thimble villages. Used pipe cleaners to make little trees and tiny bits of scrap wood to make houses. And then trimmed them, put hangers on them. I just think they turned out so darling. We even have little bitty chimneys on them. And different kind of trims. And I just love them. So cute. I think these would be so darling on a tree. Adorable. This yellow house, of course, is for me because I love yellow. And let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, a simple craft I ran across. It was on Southern Shell on YouTube. Check out her channel. But she used cinnamon sticks. It smelled so good as I was cutting these. And just used scrap cord. Now these images got off of Pinterest. They were old style Christmas carol pages. Oh Holy Night, Joy to the World, Silent Night. And again, these smell marvelous. And here's one, another Silent Night. It's a little bit blue. Just so pretty. So I use those images. I actually emailed the images, copied and pasted them in the email to myself so that I could shrink them down in the email and send them to myself, a whole page worth, and then when I printed them, I could size them however I wanted. So that's one of my little tricks. Now I decided also I would use some of my old cookie cutters and make some cute things. And this one is a tree, and I had a little penguin with a harp, a little wooden ornament that is kind of a vintage one. These are old style wooden ones, and I gave him a drum. It came off of the bottom of a Christmas tree. Toothpicks and beads. This one is a little porcelain guy. He's playing a violin or a fiddle. Just thrifted. Got a lace doily in the back and some of that pipe cleaner shimmery one. Little star sticker from Dollar Tree, I think. And I just got this one so I can hang him. I just thought that was cute. Musical theme. Here's one, and it stands really nice. I put a little bead here to keep that from rocking. And again, I got the pipe cleaners that are shimmery. I think this was a bracelet or something. They were beads. I put them on a piece of cording and hung them up here. Napkin at the back, Christmas napkin. I think that's a cupcake topper. A little Dollar Tree, little bottle brush tree, and a sequin star. And I had to make a little shelf in the bottom with some cardboard, probably cereal box cardboard, and I used some paper lace doilies there, and put this little ornament, little bear on it. A little mini Christmas present there. A ribbon around the edge. I think those are too cute. And here's one I did with deer. I like to use that fleece down as snow. And then the thrifted little tree, Hobby Lobby deer, and some free printable paper. It just had a snowy scene, and I put a sticker in here that says Merry Christmas. I don't know if you can see that. And again, ribbon. I got my ribbon usually also, it's usually thrifted. Sometimes Dollar Tree. Now this one is a sardine can, again ribbon, and you got your pipe cleaners and bows and little shelf I made, and just little ornaments and tree, and got your presents here. And back in the back is an old, what is that called, like an Easter seal or something, stickers of Santa. It says holiday greetings, and I stuck him in there. And more ribbon. I just think those are cute. They're a lot of fun to make. I like saving up all my little odds and ends, little treasures, and then making something out of them. And this is an old Celestial Seasonings tin for tea bags. And I had some images I really loved. Little deer. And I printed this off. It says, all is calm, all is bright. And I put those in here. A little bit of greenery. And a stick from my yard. A little deer and some of that fleece. And it can actually close. I like to just keep it propped open. And there we go. That's really cute. And I also had some little ornaments and miniatures, and I wanted to put them in a little scene, and had this thrifted clock. And hubby helped me tear out the insides, and I had to build a shelf in here, or flooring. Now this ornament is a little big for the scale, but the tree and a little tiny, I guess he's a Santa. I just call him a toy maker. He's sitting here working on an airplane. My husband loves airplanes. And I added some of those little gold foam balls to the tree. I think those are the Hobby Lobby trees. Added a star at the top. And I went ahead and put the clock face in the back, because I thought that was kind of cool. And I put a pipe cleaner around the edges, because it was a little smaller in the front than the back. I think I want a better bow. A big, luscious bow, but I got that one on there for now. Excuse me. And I used some old ribbon, kind of velvety ribbon for the flooring. And here's another one I did, and I used gold rub and buff to make it look gold on the outside. And I hope you can see this. I found an image, a really old looking image of a nativity in a snowy scene. So again, I put in kind of flooring in here, more like little shelves. Added that fleece, some deer, some trees, and it's just so cute. And I did put a tiny hole in the back so that I can have a star. And then the top is decorated with a big bow and some faux greenery and stuff. Probably thrifted, because there's a little wreath that I've been taking it apart. Now in the back is one of those balloon ball or balloon lights, and it has a little tab that goes in to turn it off. It doesn't have a switch. See if I can get this tab picked up. And I stick it in there and it turns it off. So, and there was a hole, lots of holes in the back of the clock, so I just used one of those, placed it just right so that it would make a little star, and then put a tiny hole in there, the picture, put some glitter around it, put some other of that glitter paint on the trees and the snow. Gosh, I wish you could see how pretty that turned out. And then the bow, again, probably was thrifted. Go Salvation Army, and they have a lot of craft supplies there. Now this is something I made, and I just think she turned out so cute. You can see how you got 2 rose bowls. Is that what they're called? Little glass balls, round bowls. And on top is like a candle thingy. It had a hole in it for the candle, and a marble. I don't know if you can see all of that. This bowl has a little etching on it, and I glued it upside down. Now this one's upside down, so it looks like a little bit of a skirt here. Glued that one on top, a bit upside down. Glued this on it. I don't know if you've seen those where you take a bunch of bowls and crystal things and make things out of it. I want to do a tree next for my daughter. Anyway, I've got this one for me. I don't know if I can turn this thing on or not. Oh, there we go. And she glows. And it looks really pretty at night. Anyway, so far this is my crafts I've been doing for Christmas, and I'm really enjoying it. I got this ornament. It's empty and the bottom screws off from Dollar Tree. And of course the little nativity was thrifted. Have some Spanish moss, or maybe that's reindeer moss, kind of grassy looking. Some scraps of greenery. Have a little sticker from Hobby Lobby that went around. And I just used some ribbon I had thrifted. And I put that all together. It's a cute little ornament. And it's pretty light. And turned out really adorable. Anyway, thank you for coming for the tour. I appreciate you, and I hope that you have a wonderful holiday season, and I'm sure I'll have another tour soon. Anyway, God bless. Bye.